Hello and welcome to the Wildlife Trust's annual Big Wild Quiz. My name is David Oakes. I'm an ambassador for the Wildlife Trust, and this lovely lady to my left is.
Hello, I'm Sophie Pavelle.
And we are very excited to be finishing off the Big Wild Weekend with this quiz today, all part of the Wildlife Trust's 30 Days Wild. Now, remember, the Big Wild Weekend marks only the halfway point in the 30 Days Wild, so there is plenty of time left to take part. But well done to those of you who have made it this far.
Yes, so we are playing just for fun this afternoon. We have 8 short rounds, including Emoji Pictionary, and there'll be 40 questions in total, 40. And we're going to give you the answers for each round as we're going along. So we'll do a round, we'll have a pause, we'll go through the answers, and then we'll continue. Now, normal quiz rules apply, everyone. There is no cheating, there's no posting answers in the comments or chat. And if playing in teams at home, try not to shout out the answers because you'll just spoil the fun for everyone. But what we would love is if you could let us know in the comments how you're getting on and let us know your team names. We had some amazing ones over the years. We've just figured out this is our 5th big wild quiz. So get your team names going. I think we've aged 5 years. And also let us know what else you've been doing to celebrate 30 Days Wild. And we will read as many of them out as we can. So, without further ado,
Oh no, can we just say hello to a few people first?
Oh,
We've got
yes, we
people
can.
are already commenting. Just say a quick hello to Jane Birch joining from Guildford in Surrey, Carol joining from Shropshire, the Ashton family joining from Warwickshire. They already have their pen and paper ready. Other writing equipment is available.
Yep, and we have Dan and Bill from Pencoed in South Wales, Rachel and Jake from Berkshire, Rob, Isaac and Lily in Yorkshire who are excited to join in with this year's quiz, and loads of other people from all over the place. We've got Lancashire, West Midlands, Chester, Cambridgeshire.
Oh, Vicky from Somerset, that's my own county. Good to see.
Anyone from Devon? Say hi. I'm in Exeter.
No one from Devon so
no
far.
one, no one. Okay, well, we will welcome to the quiz, and I think let's get going. So we would like to get started with round 1 of the Big Wild Quiz, UK Nature General Knowledge.
Right, question number 1. Is a brimstone a type of beetle, a type of butterfly, or a type of moth? Is a brimstone a type of beetle, butterfly, or moth? As you can see when I speak, our wonderful AI works out exactly what I'm saying and puts it just beneath us right there. See that? That's artificial intelligence. We call it Liam.
Have you seen a brimstone lately, David?
Were you going to say what it was there? I guess I saw a suitably looking brimstone this year.
Very fortunate you are.
I won't say anything that. We've got some team names in. We've got the Hoglets, the Wiglets, the Team Fantastical Foxes, the Mighty Snakes.
Mighty Snakes, yeah. Wild Blue. Wild Blue. Wild Blur. You'll never know. Cool. I'm going to go for question 2. The puffin. We all love a puffin. The puffin's scientific name is Puffinus puffinus. Now, is that true or is that false? The puffin's scientific name is Puffinus puffinus. Is it true or is it false? Or is it a Harry Potter spell? You decide.
So good, maybe they named it twice.
Lovely.
Hello to the people in York. Hello to Rob, Sam, and Joe in York. Big shout out to them. Very important people. York, wonderful place.
Oh, and Henry in Cambridgeshire with his family is the Wildlife Trust 10-year-old spokesperson who will be taking to the stage at next week's Restore Nature Now March in London. Hello, Henry. That is fantastic. I think I know who you are. You're amazing and you do amazing work. So that's very exciting.
His placard that he has made is especially astounding. So if you don't know who he is, you will know him by his placard, which is incredible. Should we do question 3?
Yes, please.
Question 3. Who wrote this one? I live in the sea. My name includes something you might find in a salad. And I breathe through my bum. What am I? I live in the sea. My name includes something you might find in a salad. And I breathe through my bum. What am I?
A very skilled individual.
Very skilled.
I would say. Yeah. I wonder what that would feel like.
breathing through one's derriere.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, when we finish
We'll
this
never know.
quiz, we can pop down to the paddling pool and give it a try.
Yeah, good. Have we got any other team names coming through?
Not
No, but I
yet.
think the Wiglets are my personal favourite at the moment. That's excellent. In the meantime, question 4 of round 1, general nature knowledge. Which of these trees is the only one native to the UK? Which of these trees is the only one native to the UK? Is it horse chestnut, alder, the London plane, or sycamore? Horse chestnut, alder, London plane, or sycamore?
Another couple of team names coming in through there. We've got Team Urban Garden. I like that one. It's not just the
Mm,
countryside where there's wonderful wild things. So well done, Team Urban Garden. Who else have we got? We've got the Serious Davies. It's not a
cool.
serious quiz, this. We've already talked about breathing through one's bottom. So
That is but that is a serious survival tactic, though, David. Come on.
yeah, well, quite, yeah. Try everything to survive in this wild world
The
of ours.
Lazy Panthers, I like the sound of. That is a very Sunday vibes team name.
Question 5. True
Oh,
or false? Both male and female adult glowworms glow. Is that true or false? Both male and female adult glowworms glow. Is that true or false?
I love a glowworm. Very cool. Very cool life cycle as well, which will slightly give away the answer here. So I won't go into it, but
Maybe when we
I
give
would.
the answers about whether it is male or female
Yeah, I'll just do a quick
or
Google of
both.
it first, and then I'll go into it.
Um, Henry says, hope to see you all at the march. Yes, we indeed hope to see you there too. And everybody, if you are obviously on this wonderful quiz, then you're obviously interested in the wild world. And the Restore Nature Now March is an incredible way to get your voice heard. But if you can't attend, do not fret. There are many other ways that you can make your voice heard. Shouting out the window, that's really good.
Mhm.
Sticking posters in your car window as you drive around, or getting a permanent marker and writing "I love badgers" on your forehead is one of my favorites. Just one to try.
Yeah, that has definitely been tried, I think, before in David's household. That sounds it. Oh, here we go. Team Vred Vazel. Did I say that right? Apparently means angry weasel.
Team Angry
That's
Weasel.
cool.
We like
Tell
it.
us more. Yeah,
Should we do the answers to round 1?
I think so. Yeah, let's do it.
Okie dokie. So question 1 was, is a brimstone a type of beetle, butterfly, or moth? It should be an easy one to start with. The brimstone is a butterfly and a moth. Trick question. I've just changed my answer. Yeah, okay. So there is a brimstone moth. If you've got butterfly, that's fine. Moth is good too. Interesting fact about the brimstone butterfly. It's a wonderful color. It's sort of a yellowy green if they're female, and that's why they're called brimstone, because of sulfur and the yellow color of sulfur. But we think that butterflies are called butterflies because of the yellow color of the brimstone butterfly.
Really? I
Is
actually didn't
one
know
of the
that.
theories. Yeah, there's another one about
Ah,
butterflies hanging around milk churns in dairies. Um, which I think is a little bit more spurious. But yeah, the color of the brimstone arguably is one of the reasons why people call them butterfly. Perhaps, who knows? Anyway, if you've got
hmm.
butterfly or moth, we will accept either answer. If you've got beetle, beetles are great. There's nothing wrong with saying that, other than the fact that you don't get any points. Question 2.
It's very democratic. So question 2, I asked you if the puffin's scientific name is or is not Puffinus puffinus. So I'm afraid, lovely as it sounds, it's actually false. It's the Manx shearwater, which is an incredible seabird that is actually quite confusingly Puffinus puffinus. The scientific name for a puffin is actually also very cool, Fratercula, a bit like Dracula, but Fratercula arctica, which is very cool. So if you
Both
put
very
false,
cute burrowing birds, though.
indeed, the Manx shearwaters are amazing flyers. If you've ever been on a boat or a boat trip around the coast of the British Isles and you've seen a bird skimming so fast and so close to the water but never actually touching it, that is probably a Manx shearwater, and they're pretty
Shearing
amazing.
across the water, in fact.
Mm, very cool. So if you put false, you got a point. Well
Question
done.
3. I live in the sea. My name includes something you might find in a salad, and I breathe through my bum. What am I? I am the ocean tomato.
No, you're
I'm not that. I am the sea cucumber. As we all know, ocean tomatoes breathe through their mouths like regular tomatoes. The answer is
not.
sea cucumber. They live in the sea and they breathe through their bum.
Be fun work experience with them for a day, wouldn't it? Just to see what it's like.
Try
Good.
everything once. That's what they say.
Oh, we just have some information coming in about the brimstone from Richard Groves. Thank you, Richard. Who says the brimstone is the old name for sulfur.
There you go.
And that explains its yellow colour, which is exciting.
Fire and
Thank you,
brimstone.
Richard.
Thanks, Rich.
Yep. Lovely. Right. The answer for question 4. Now, this question was about native trees to the UK. So, out of horse chestnut, alder, London plane, and sycamore, alder is actually the only one which is native to the UK. The rest are non-native. So, if you put alder, you get a point.
Foresters used to be scared when they cut it down because the sap of an alder was quite red. It was seen as bad luck. They thought that the tree bled.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Got lots of alder facts, actually. Most of the props that hold up Venice made out of alder.
That's cool. You know who else likes alder?
Beavers.
Yeah.
Love it.
They love it. Yeah.
And question 5, true or false? Both male and female adult glowworms glow. The answer is false. Only the females glow. And Sophie can probably tell you the interesting life cycle, which gives away the fact that the only females glow. Have you had a chance to Google it to make sure that you're not going to be spouting lies?
I haven't actually had a chance to Google fact check my vague knowledge of the life cycle, but I would urge you, if you're interested, to go and have a go and have a look yourself. It is kind of mad, and it's quite sort of a melancholic tinge to the tale where she sort of glows and then she dies or something. But I wouldn't take my word for it. There's something amazing. But actually, now is the perfect time of year to find a meadow and stay until it gets dark and see if you can see any glowworms. There's actually a wildlife trust reserve quite near me that has an amazing summer meadow for glowworms. It's owned by Devon Wildlife Trust and it's near Bystock Ponds. If anyone from the southwest is listening, I would highly recommend that for a glowworm foray.
There you go. Lady glowworms can be found down in Devon. Big shout out to Gareth, Heather, Sam, and Bethany in Newtown in Wales. Apparently, you are very, very, very keen, and we like keen people. Speaking of keenness, should we jump straight into round 2? How do you feel about that, Sophie?
I feel brilliant about that. Oh, I'm on question 1. Oh, this is exciting. This is Emoji Pictionary, very apt for those who spend time online and communicate in the language of the emoji. So any of you who fit into that category, you should be flying through this round. So question 1, very simple. See these 2 emojis on the screen. I would like you to please name this UK flower. Hello to another team called the Camborne Red Kites and the Nature Noodles. Ada and Lucy, I like that one too. Nature Noodles. I haven't had noodles in ages.
If an animal were to be called a nature noodle, what animal do you think it would be? Would you go for a slow worm? Would you go for some kind of, I don't know, earthworms? Adder, maybe? An adder would be a good nature noodle.
An adder would be a good nature noodle. Or you could go a bit sort of off-piste and go fungal hyphae, noodling together and the forest.
Some mushroom spaghetti.
That would be a good team name.
Damon in London says hi. Hi, Damon.
Hello.
Please, big reminder, do not put your answers in the YouTube chat. Do not help people.
You.
It is a bad thing to do.
Good old-fashioned pen and paper wins every time. Please. Thank you.
Let's have some more emojis. Let's go for question 2. This time we want you to name a common UK bird. Can you name a common UK bird that sounds a bit like what those 2 small pictures that people send to each other on phones are? I don't really use emojis, I'm afraid.
Oh.
Although I quite liked it when they added a mammoth and a dodo. I got quite excited that day.
Oh, the dodo. I love the dodo. I was obviously very happy when they added beaver. That was a good day.
Seen a beaver lately?
Um, I haven't seen a beaver lately. I've seen beaver signs, but yeah, I actually, again, speaking of glowworms and good times to go out and see them, it's a really good time to go out and have a look for beavers at the moment. Between the hours of like 7 and 9 p.m., if you just go down to a riverbank very quietly, if you know that they're in that catchment, they may or may not have kits. They may be out playing and foraging. It's very exciting. So I might do that soon.
A big shout out to Dolly the dog and her owner Queenie, who's 9, who are loving the quiz. Dogs love
Oh,
our quizzes. Like
hello, Queenie and Dolly.
we've always been
Great
good with the canine
names.
kind.
Canine. Question 3. Oh, there are 3 emojis here. Please name this type of fungi. Which fungi do these emojis spell out? Very curious. I've never used them in combination with one another in a text. I might do soon. I'll park that one.
What are they doing? The
Yeah.
hens are
Which came first?
attacking the foresters. I don't know. It's more
I've
fun to
only ever
try and
used the
work out
logs. Yeah, it is.
when you're doing, what are you doing when you use the logs?
Again, too much beaver. Too much beaver chat.
Too much to be the
Good.
chat. Last night, Eloise
Um,
5, Amelia 3 camped out in the garden as part of the Big Wild weekend, Big Wild camp out, and are now trying the best
ooh,
at the quiz. If you were not camping out last night or were not camping inside, which is also perfectly fine, there's still tonight. And then you can
still
run off to
tonight.
school in the morning like with weevils in your hair
Mm-hmm.
and grass between your toes and tales of weird and wonderful sounds heard through the canvas of your evening spent outside. It'd be wonderful.
Absolutely. That sounds good. Shout out to Noah and Amanda, who are nature-loving grandchildren of Najesta, which sounds very exciting. I wonder
Should we do question four?
what do you?
Ooh.
Yeah, go on. No, question 4. Yes, please.
Oh, I think we've jumped one. That's all right. Shall I do question 5 instead?
Yeah,
We've
yeah, go for
yeah.
it. Whatever's on
Okay.
the screen.
Name this pink wildflower that can be found on roadside verges and waste ground in the UK. Name this pink wildflower that can be found on roadside verges and waste ground in the UK, or as it says on your screen and on my question list, name this pink weed. I think there's a
Yeah,
debate going
better.
on in the Wildlife Trust office about what is a weed and
Yeah.
what is not a weed. They think weed is a poor term to use, so whoever wrote that
Ooh.
deserves a severe reprimand. Fire them, get rid of them.
We've got Charlie, 4, and Ruby, who's 2.5, who are playing and carrying out 30 days wild in Menorca
In
whilst on holiday.
Menorca,
Well, I'd love to
humble
know what you're doing in
brag. What a
Menorca.
humble brag. Oh, we're just going to log on to
Menorca's
YouTube whilst
exciting.
we're on holiday in Menorca and tell everybody all about it. Very jealous, Charlie. Very jealous, Ruby 2.5. That's
Uh,
incredible.
I got stung by a compass jellyfish in Menorca once. I guess that could have been a 30 days wild experience. Really close to nature, branded, physically on my arm. But it was a lovely,
Do you still
lovely
have a
island.
scar?
I did for ages, and you know what was the weirdest thing? Is that the scar was in the shape of a jellyfish, and my friend was
Do
like,
you
"You've been branded by the
do you
mother
have
of all the jellyfish."
superpowers which are related to jellyfish behavior? Like, can you sting people? Are
Yes,
you
yes, I
slightly
do. Yes,
bioluminescent?
I can.
Do
Hmm.
you eat things by just sort of surrounding them as an amorphous blob and then sort of just ingesting it? Is that how you
Yeah,
eat?
yeah, and my nervous system extends throughout my body. It's my brain is also in my fingers and my toes. Yeah.
That sounds like one of those hymns you used to sing at primary school. My brain is in my fingers and in my toes. Um, Technical people, can we get question 4 up, or do we have? Yeah, there we go. Sophie,
Oh,
you do that one.
okay. Right. Please name this this UK plant. Um, please name this UK plant.
We've got more people. Jake 9 camped out in his back garden in Reading last night. Well
Oh,
done, Jake.
exciting.
Willow is camping out tonight. I hope beneath the willow tree. That would be lovely. Love a bit of normative
Mm.
determinism.
Whoa.
I think that's the entire round. Should we go back and do some answers?
Yes,
That,
please.
that
That
could
would
be
be
fun.
nice. Okay, so round two, question one. We asked you to please name this UK flower, which was comprised of two emojis, which will be on your screens right there. Please name this UK flower. It is, of course, a fox and a glove. Foxglove. I in fact saw many foxgloves today on my walk. They're looking really lovely at the moment. Lovely colour, kind of a fuchsia, purpley pink.
Don't eat them though. Quite poisonous.
No. Yeah, quite. Yeah.
And I think I'm right in saying that we use them as a heart medication in some form. I think
Oh,
I'm right in saying that. That's somewhere
have you
hidden in the
tried it?
back of my recesses. Not personally, my heart's doing fine at the moment. Um,
Okay.
don't know how we'll still be
Good.
at the end of this
Even
quiz.
five,
We've
five
got
years.
Richard, who's quickly becoming my favourite commenter on the YouTube, says that surely a weed is only a wildflower, yet with poor PR. I think that's very well said,
Oh,
Richard.
Richard.
Thank you. Please
Bravo.
keep
Yeah.
commenting. I will
Mm-hmm.
always read you out without exception. Just get involved. Question two. Name this common UK bird. These were your two emojis. They were a magnifying glass and a pie. So that would be magpie. Love a
That one
magpie.
tripped me up while we were rehearsing, I must say. I was like, look, pie?
Look
See?
pie.
See pie.
Magpie.
Good. Question three, round two. Please name this type of fungi. Oh, that was a different question.
Those
Yes, good.
marshmallows love popping up, don't they?
They're common sight. We have a chicken and some logs, and that blends to the chicken of the woods, which is an amazing fungus. Which not really the right time to look out for it at the moment, but come October and a kind of dribbly November day, that'd be a nice one to look out for on your woodland walks.
Perfectly
Chicken of the
edible as well. You
woods.
can cook it up, very meaty, nice, but obviously always best to leave forageable foods for the little animals that need it,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
we can go to supermarkets or independent farm shops, things like that. Although foraging is kind of cool. Can we get some more emojis up? I'm not going to guess which one's going to come up. Okay, we'll go with that one.
Good.
That is a UK plant. Anyone is wondering. Two cows. That's the plural of a cow is cows. And there are some lips. It's a cowslip. Cow's lip. Cowslip. Cowslip.
Cowslip.
Cowslip.
Cow,
Cowslip.
cowslip. Mm-hmm.
Archie says he had fun camping inside and learning about nocturnal animals last night.
Oh,
Archie, please share one of the interesting things you learnt about said nocturnal animals. I'm sure everyone would like to hear it.
yeah. I wonder if you were a nocturnal animal then as well, Archie. If you were camping inside and also learning. You stayed up late. What did it feel like to be into the night? Final question. Question five, the famous marshmallows.
Go back.
Name this pink flower. It is, well, there's lots of marshmallows, so you might say they're fairly common. And the answer is a common mallow, which is fun. Roadside verges and waste ground in the UK are common mallow. So
Common mallow. Worth also saying that marshmallows, the comestible, the sweet, are called marshmallows because they were originally made from the plant marshmallows, which are pink and white, which is why the sweet marshmallows are pink and white.
oh,
Traditionally, or one of the reasons.
a veritable encyclopedia today, David.
I try to be as I sit here in my natural history library.
You do look quite learned.
I've not read a single one of them.
It's all a
Especially this one's awful. Like, just don't bother. Definitely don't buy that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'll send you a PDF. It'll be a lot easier. Or not at all. Anyway, how are you getting on? Do you want to let us know how you're getting on, how you're finding it in the comments, as well as what you're up to? And meanwhile, I think it's time for round three.
Second picture round. Here we go.
Yes.
Round three, picture round. Combine these two images to name a UK bird of prey. Combine these two images to name a UK bird of prey. That's it.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry. Just had to swallow midway through that sentence.
Oh,
I'm having too much fun, Sophie. Way too much fun.
Oh, that's nice. So are the Sunny Pencoed gang, in fact, who who got 4 out of 5 in round two, which is very good. Well done. Um, exciting. So, question two of round three, the picture round. What common, now really think about this, what common UK bird do these three images spell out? What common UK bird do these three images spell out? And if it helps, maybe write down the pictures on a piece of paper, but keep them to yourself.
This is a
Don't put them
tricky
in the
one. This
comments.
is a tricky one.
It is
Like
quite tricky,
it
but
requires a
it
certain
might
amount of
help to see it on the page.
yeah. I think if you can get the first two, then the third one will fall into place. It's
Oh,
not.
Kay on the comments has seen some chicken of the woods, chicken in the woods. Kay, where have you seen that? Please tell us. That was exciting. Were they chickens in woods, or
Just
was
saw
it
some
indeed
chickens. The
the
appropriate
fungi?
fungus.
Oh,
Russian
chicken.
says, ah, yes, the well-known UK bird, chicken jet. That's the
Yeah,
question one. That is not correct. If you have written chicken jet, we will come back to the real answer, but maybe cross that one out and try something
that
different.
is an
Um,
airline coming soon to the UK, low carbon.
um, question number three. What is the name of this common UK butterfly? What is the name of this common UK butterfly?
Also a good one, and
They're all
one that
good
I tripped up
ones.
over. They actually are. Yeah.
It's not good to have favorites, Sophie. You know,
Oh no, I'm just positive about
question
everything.
four would get upset and run off crying.
Question four is exceptional, if I
And
say so
also, if
myself.
anyone's paying attention, yes, it does say that that is question five. Ignore that number. It's actually only question three. In
Yeah,
fact, if you see any numbers, best to ignore the numbers. Numbers
ignore the
are
numbers.
irrelevant in today's quiz,
Yeah,
apart from
cool.
the score that you get at the end,
Apart
which
from the
means you
score,
win or
yeah,
not. Which then they're
yeah,
very important, actually. So numbers are really important in
hmm
this quiz.
So he's listening. And with that in
Well,
mind, question four of the picture round. Again, it might help if you write down, keep it to yourself, the pictures that you see in front of you. Can you please name the green and white UK bird that these three pictures spell out? What is the green and white UK bird that these three pictures spell out? And when you get it, you'll love it.
it's brilliant. This is my favorite question. Not that we're supposed to have favorites, but this is my favorite
Oh,
question.
change your
Um,
tune.
Kay in Staffordshire also saw some chicken of the woods. Well done,
Oh, maybe
Kay.
it is the right time to see it.
Don't trust us. We,
Oh,
we we know nothing about nature.
we
Karis's
we
friend
know
Anna
nothing.
found chicken of the woods in Lancaster, washed it, cooked it, was stunned by how much it did in fact
Stunned.
taste like chicken. So there you
Okay,
go.
I think we've opened a good
So
conversation
there's
here.
chicken of the woods everywhere. Stop playing the quiz. Get outside. It's a lovely sunny afternoon. Go
Yeah.
and find some chicken of the woods. Eat it. It tastes like chicken. Yum yum yum, yum
Mm,
yum. Don't listen to us. We know nothing. Question five: which
yeah.
UK bird with a black crest do these three images spell out? Which UK bird with the black crest do these images spell out?
Again, difficult, but so satisfying when you figure it out. Or if it's written in front of you, like it is for us. Hmm. Good.
Who do the answers?
Yeah, let's do the answers.
So round
Round
three,
three
picture round.
already.
Question one. Combine these two images to name a UK bird of prey. That is the hen harrier. There you go.
Really good
That's
one.
a Harrier jump jet, British designed warplane, and that's a chicken. It's a hen,
Hmm.
domesticated egg laying hen. Hen harrier.
Lovely.
There you go.
Question two. We have three images. Which common UK bird do these three images spell out? We've got a wood, we've got a pig, we've got an Eon car. So the answer is wood pigeon. Wood pigeon. So congratulations
Um,
if you got that one.
yeah, and yeah, good electric car, the Eon. Other electric cars are available. But if you don't have an electric car, you can just drive a bit slower, and that would also help the environment. lots of ways to help the environment by how you commute, etc. Question
Indeed.
3/question 5. But it's question 3. What is the name of this common UK butterfly? It is, well, that's Clifford the Big Red Dog, and that is Admiral Nelson. So that is the Red Admiral. Haven't seen any this year. Hasn't been a good year for butterflies. I saw a speckled wood earlier, but like that's kind of it. Like I really had a poor year. I went out butterfly intentionally to try and find some recently, and saw one small blue, which was great, but that was it.
I saw a cabbage white the other day, and then I did actually see a brimstone earlier in the spring, which was very exciting.
You sure it was the butterfly, not the moth brimstone?
Well, remains to be decided, I think.
One of the best ways to tell the difference between a butterfly and a moth is that butterflies have a little blobbin at the end of their antennae,
A blobbin.
A blobbin, technical term, and moths don't. Very quick and easy way to tell the difference between the two. You can also see with how they sit with their wings up or down, but there's exceptions that disprove those rules, as always with nature. There are no rules that prove everything. It's really annoying. Keeps you guessing.
Next question was my favourite. Can you please name the green and white UK bird that these 3 pictures spell out? So we have a wood, we have a war poster, propaganda, and we have the band Blur. A wood warbler. How good is that? Well done, Wildlife Trust, coming up with that. Genius question.
Russian is going to call their next album Chicken Jet. Great. And Alice 6 saw a Red Admiral recently, as did Rillel, who had a Red Admiral land on their head this summer in Berkshire. There you go. Red Admirals are about. Yeah. I love it.
Cool.
This is quite, even the things that we haven't seen, whether it be Chicken of the Woods or Red Admirals, it's quite nice to know that they are still out there and people are seeing them. So that's really nice.
Red Admirals come from North Africa as well. They have a long old way to go.
Big commuters. Do they use electric vehicles or do they use their own power?
I think they go under their own steam. I don't think they're
steam powered. Wow, didn't know that.
They're a locomotive.
We've got Stu saw a cinnabar in the garden this morning. Amazing moth, absolutely beautiful. I saw a few of those up the other day. Yeah, incredible colours, really beautiful. Final question, a bit around which UK bird with the black crest do these 3 images spell out? First image is sand. Second image is a witch, and that is a U-turn. So that's a sandwich tern. Wonderful seabird there. Yeah, sandwich tern. So what was?
I wish we could hear the whoops of satisfaction of people who got that in one go. Let us know. How did you find that one? That round.
Should we do another picture round? It's almost like the people who wrote this quiz don't like showing our faces that much.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, to be honest. Delighted, in fact. Round 4 is called Tree Pop Culture or Pop Culture Trees. Either way. Question 1. This is a firm favourite childhood icon. Can you please name the film or TV show where you would encounter these trees? What was the film or TV show where you would encounter these trees? Good times.
I'm not going to say anything because I'll undoubtedly give the answer.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm just
Move on.
Moving on. All I know is that Jay loved that last round. And who wrote that? Era said, "Yay, our first 5 out of 5 doing a dance."
That's amazing to get 5 out of 5 in that one. I'm well. This is why I host the quiz and I don't do it because I can't answer any questions. So well done.
Hey, question 2 is already on your screen. Cool. Better catch up with there. You don't really need me to say anything. We can just show the pictures, name the film or TV show they would encounter that tree. There you go. Same question, different tree. Write your answer down. And Sophie and I just have a natter, and then every now and again, like a picture will turn up, and you can write down something, and at the end of it, you'll get a great sense of satisfaction or depression because you know what it was. See, they're already on 3. Like we're racing through. We're obviously behind schedule.
Yeah. Can you name the film or TV show where you would encounter these trees? This looks very ethereal, mysterious. Where would you see this? I'm just going to hydrate.
Should we have another tree? Give us another tree then, AI. Let's see what tree number 4 is. That's a great tree. Love that tree. I've seen this one and I think it's brilliant. Oh, Archie's coming in with his comment about what he was doing with his nocturnal information. He was watching videos of nocturnal animals and hearing the sounds that they make. Fantastic. Often with
That's really
mammals,
great.
especially when you don't see them very often, it's the best way to know they're out there is actually through your ears. You're probably more likely to hear a fox or a badger than see them, if you're lucky enough. And bats, you're not going to hear a bat, but if you've got a little bat detector, you can start to learn the clicks of all the different wavelengths of the different bats, and that's really cool. And then you'll be a proper wildlife nerd, and that's awesome. That's really cool.
Cool.
Oh, another tree.
Another tree. Again, a real throwback for me personally. And I had dreams about this tree sometimes when I was younger. That's all I'll say.
Oh, there you go. There's 5 famous pop culture trees. That was good. I think we should give the answers.
Yeah, I think everyone's ready for it. Okay. Well, this is, of course, the Whomping Willow of Harry Potter. Iconic tree with an iconic behaviour and an iconic attitude towards anyone who ventures near it. So if you put Harry Potter, Whomping Willow, well done to you.
This is tree number 2. This is from Lord of the Rings. So point if you got Lord of the Rings, but I will give an extra point. Actually, I'll give 50 points if you've written down that it's the White Tree of Gondor in Minas Tirith, which is actually the 4th White Tree of Gondor in Tolkien's series of books and short stories. So if you've got the 4th White Tree of Gondor in Minas Tirith, that's 50 points. But I'll accept just Lord of the Rings for 1.
Good maths. Question 3. This tree is from Game of Thrones, which again is a pop sensation, pop culture sensation, perhaps.
Haven't seen it.
Me neither.
Don't have a reason to watch it.
No.
So
why would you? Yeah.
Next tree.
Good. Yeah.
This is a tree from the wonderful movie by Guillermo del Toro. It's the Pan's Labyrinth tree. It's a fig tree, if memory serves. And it's a pretty scary film all about the Spanish Civil War. And I remember coming out of it thinking that the rating, the certificate was given by the BFI was not harsh enough. It's pretty traumatic. So for the younger ones in there out there watching, maybe wait a few years before you watch that one, because even though Sophie dreams of some trees, she wouldn't want to dream of this tree, scary tree.
No, I don't think so. Lovely. I do love a fig tree though. Fig leaf as well is quite beautiful. Oh, this tree is from the film Pocahontas, which I watched many times when I was younger.
Can you remember what species of tree it was?
I can't.
It's a willow. Yeah, it's
is it?
willow.
Oh, of course it is. Of course. And she provides all sorts of wisdoms to Pocahontas as she's going through all sorts of moral conflicts and things. And the Russian was just talking about this tree yesterday, apparently.
Yep. And Katie says that clearly she doesn't watch enough television, which is perfectly acceptable. If you've got none of those right, then it's great because you're obviously outside doing sort of conservation
activities. Got a life.
So
yeah,
well done.
Cool.
So it's if you got all of those right, shame on you. Shame on you.
Who got the random 50 points that David helpfully threw in there?
The 4th White Tree of Gondor. They have it on their armaments, their shields, all that kind of stuff. You know, trees are good. Should we do round 5?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It's another picture round. This is round 5. Whose tracks are these? Which sounds like it should be a music round with a title like that, but it's not. Right. It's all about the paw prints that are left behind by some of the UK's wonderful wildlife. So question 1, which UK wildlife made this paw print? Could it be a human? I heard that Chris Packham has feet like this. True.
Yeah, it is true. I laugh because it is true.
Yeah.
Question 2. Which UK wildlife species made these tracks? Now, it might be helpful to note the diameter or the length or the size or whatever measurement.
I'm loving that ruler. If you are ever taking
That's
pictures
what it's called.
of paw prints, then it's always good to have something for scale, even if you just put your own thumb
Yeah.
next to it. I've done that
Yeah.
in the past.
We all know how big our thumbs are.
I also find it quite useful if you then try and imagine how they move. So if you look at that one, you've got the sort of what seem to be the two front and the two back, and you can sort of imagine how they're sort of
It's almost as though it's
forward.
landed. It's landed from somewhere, something.
Question 3. Who made those honking great snow marks? Yeah, who did that? Who did that?
It was I.
Was it you? You've got the feet of a blank. Question 3
blank.
is, what are Sophie's feet like?
Blank inside. Okay. Question 4 of who made these tracks? Who made these tracks?
My favorite, these ones. I always get very excited when I see these. Does that give it away? Do people know nothing? It's not. It could be. Is it? What have I got
I
no,
think
there's
people
nothing that
just
will give it away.
think you're tree obsessed, and as far as I know, I don't think trees make those sorts of
No, they don't
movements.
leave footprints. Although people have got trees to do drawings and paintings by attaching paintbrushes to the branches, and they sort of walk about. That's kind of cool. As well as some people have linked up sort of microphones to the internal xylem.
I love that. Yeah.
The funky, ongoing, ingoing stuff. Question 5. Which UK wildlife made these tracks? You can be quite broad with some of these answers. We're not asking for specific species necessarily. It could be quite tricky. We don't know what bandwidth you've got on your internet, what kind of screen you're looking at to see the minute details of the particular prints that we're talking about. So don't feel too pressured. We just want the generic group.
We just want some fun.
Yeah.
Shall
Whether toad or
we?
even-toed ungulate, for example.
Shall we go through the answers?
Yes. Yeah,
Oh.
here we go. Question 1, that is, sorry, that's a fox. Looks a bit like a dog's paw print, a bit thinner. Yeah, that's a fox, quite easy to tell. You've got the 4 paws, bonk, there you go, fox.
Question 2 was a squirrel with its cute little hands. Whoosh,
Yeah.
landed.
And it's doing the lolla, front
yeah.
to, back to, front to, back to, blub, 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 blub.
Like
Number 3. Jen says these are the footprints of the sea creature from a film I was in called Cold Skin. Bonus point. Yeah, I got
film buff.
I was in a film once. Jen watched it. Nobody else watched it. Totally.
No.
Although the director of that film has a new film out on an internet streaming platform about sharks that behave aggressively. Now, sharks do not always behave aggressively. Sharks are wonderful creatures. So watch it as entertainment and don't believe that they actually do those kind of things. Anyway, it's not a sea monster. It's a swan. It's a swan. Yeah, honking great big swan who has feet like Sophie Pavelle.
Very practical, actually. Question 4 was a badger. David's favourite.
Yes, my favourite.
Lovely.
Any always good way to know if they're no, for the paw prints. If you think of it like if you hold your fist like that and then you sort of roll it down, you can sort of see a little heart shape first at the bottom, and then you can see your knuckles form, and they sort of look like that. So that's always a good way to tell.
That's nice. Like knocking on a door off the ground.
Knocking on the door. And you can, it's really good. Try to get
Oh.
some, like, I don't know, some sand or some flour and just sort of practice making a little giant badger.
I'm going to do that when we finish.
There
I'm going to pour some flour in a bowl.
Well, it's more productive than seeing if you can breathe through your bottom.
Oh, no, I'm going to do that too. Don't worry.
For anyone who didn't watch the first 5 minutes of the quiz, that was a callback. Not just me being really strange. Question 5. Which UK wildlife made these tracks? That's a deer. That's a deer.
Do you know, they kind of look like a pair of lungs in the ground.
They do look like a pair of lungs. Nice. They look quite similar to boar prints as well. They're very similar.
Not paw prints. Boar prints.
Boar.
Boar prints.
Boar. So there you go. They were deer prints, and we don't need fallow, roe, muntjac, etc. Just deer would do fine, and you can have a pint.
Oh dear. Fragile Kitty said that deer tracks were spotted where she lives, or he lives, the other day, and they haven't seen them in 40 years. That's quite exciting. Lovely. So that was round 5. We are galloping through, but we still have a couple more rounds left. So round 6 is not a picture round. So listen up. Oh, it's me. Question 1. we have to. Well, we're going to ask you which is the odd one out. I'm going to give you a list of fungi, and please tell me which of these is not a real fungi. So we got pink disco, jelly ear, octopus stinkhorn, prince's pimples, or chicken of the woods. Which of those is not a real fungi? There they are on the can't speak, on the screen.
Yeah,
pink disco, jelly ear, octopus stinkhorn, prince's pimples, and chicken of the woods.
We'd just like to say, Dendro, please cheer up. Your ear will get better soon.
It truly will.
Yeah.
And good. Right.
So they thought honking
2
was a good clue. Thanks there. Thanks, Henry.
Oh.
Yeah, go that one away. Question 2. Which of these is a real flowering plant? Which of these 4 is a real flowering plant? Is it A, the speckled leaf water sunwort, B, the corky fruited water dropwort, C, the fuzzy stemmed water nightwort, or 4, the silver stemmed water moonwort? And I think I went 1, B, C, 4 there. So which of these is a real flowering plant? And the rest of them is just written by someone. Can you just say them?
Can you just say them all again, but a bit faster?
Speckled leaf water sunwort, corky fruited water dropwort, fuzzy stemmed water nightwort, silver stemmed water moonwort. There you go. Which one of those isn't? Which of those is a real flowering plant? There you go. One of those is real, and the rest of them are just a nightmare. Thank you.
Good elocution there.
We've got a great comment from Fragile Kitty, who's just come on and said, hang on, Sophie has swan feet, jellyfish powers, and breathes out of her bottom. And she wants to know what, therefore, is her superhero / supervillain name. I think that's something that everyone should play with. If Sophie had swan feet, jellyfish powers, and could breathe through her bottom, what would be an appropriate name for her supervillain?
You've got 10 minutes to sweep me off my feet with a name.
Extra 50 points on offer if you get that one right.
Okay, question 3. Which of these is not a which of these is not a type of UK bumblebee? Buff-tailed bumblebee, red-tailed bumblebee, common carder bumblebee, or the sunflower bumblebee? Which of these is not a type of UK bumblebee? And no cheating by looking at my tea towel behind me. Am I covering it? Absolutely not.
No, you're doing pretty awful, actually, to be honest.
Yeah. Really okay. Well, I'll just move my head, my massive moon head.
Question, and she has a moon for a head. What can this woman not do? Question 4. Which of these is the UK's largest native amphibian? Which of these is the UK's largest native amphibian? Is it the common toad, the common frog, the great crested newt, or the smooth newt? Which of these is the UK's largest native amphibian? The common toad, the common frog, the great crested newt, or the smooth newt?
I always find amphibian quite difficult to say.
You just said it.
That's true, I did. But sometimes I say like amphibian, like with an N. Anyway, question 5. Which of these is not a species of seal typically found around the UK coast? David, please tell us the noise a seal will make around the UK coast. Off you go. Good. Thank you. Yeah. So which of these is not a species of seal found around the UK coast? A grey seal, a harbour seal, a bearded seal, a common seal? I think David was doing an impression of a bearded seal just then.
Learned a cool seal fact the other day.
Okay.
Their whiskers are so sensitive that even when they're swimming around in the water and through the swell, that they can sense the movement of individual fishes to help lock on to catch them.
Mm,
And so they can feel them despite all the other things going on around. Amazing.
that's super cool. Yeah, kind of amazing.
You have
Majesta
do you,
asks, oh,
go, no, go
I
on.
I can do that myself. Yeah,
I was
that's
wondering.
also, yeah, I actually did that this morning. It's really good. Uh, Majesta asks why does fungi not get taken seriously and is given silly names? That's a very good question. Silly names, but then perhaps they're so silly that they sort of captivate us a bit.
There are birds with some very silly names as well, though.
Hmm.
I was just, if you go, I think when there are lots of different things, as in when there's lots of fungi and lots of birds, then you start to end up with silly names. Like there are some
Yeah.
particularly silly species of wasps once you go into all of the nomenclature.
Hmm.
Like
Oh, that's
they
good. There.
really ran out of words.
Hmm.
Um, shall we do the answers? Yes, I think we should.
Yeah, I think we. I think. I think we should. I asked which of these is not a real fungi, and the answer is Prince's pimples. Much to my dismay, that's not a real fungi, Prince's pimples. So if you got that, well done.
Question two, which of these is a real flowering plant? The answer is the corky fruited water dropwort.
Bit
The
faster,
corky
please.
fruited water dropwort. The corky fruited water dropwort is a real flowering plant. It looks a bit like cow parsley. Um, it's one of
Get
that
that?
family, well, part of the carrot family, and
Hmm.
hemlock and all of those things that look like
Hmm.
that. And yeah, it's
You know, it's a 30 days wild activity that my dad did the other day. Was he made pesto out of carrot top
hmm,
pesto. Just blended it up with all the pesto ingredients. It's actually pretty delish.
that's
So
good.
don't
Well
necessarily have to
done, Sophie's
waste
dad.
carrot tops. Right. Question three. The answer is the sunflower bumblebee is not, sadly, is not a type of UK bumblebee. Much as I like the sound of it, it's not. It's not UK bumblebee. So sunflower bumblebee does not exist.
We have some superhero names for Sophie coming in.
Uh oh.
Ocelia, oceanic
Oh, that's quite.
mycelia. So
That's pretty
Ocelia,
cool.
that's quite nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Nature noodle.
Mm,
That's a great callback. Nature noodle.
yeah, good link. Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
Rambling Sid Rumpo thinks that this is a superhero. I'm not sure if Rambling Sid Rumpo is someone who's doing the quiz or whether that should be your name. Either way, that's cool.
yeah. I like Ocelia.
I prefer Nature
I'd
Noodle.
actually.
I'm going to call you Nature Noodle for the rest of the quiz. Okay, so question four. Which of these is the UK's largest native amphibian? The answer is the great crested newt. Interesting facts about great crested newt. They eat a lot of slugs and things. For amphibians, they spend actually quite a lot of time out of water. They need to be near water, but they spend a lot of their time out of water. And only the male great crested newts are, in fact, great crested. Female great crested newts have no crest.
So they're just great news.
So it's just great news. Like all women, all great.
Thank you.
So, Nature Noodle, can you give us the answer to question five, please?
Sure. The bearded seal sadly is not a species of seal found around the UK coastline. But we have a bearded seal with us today, which is very exciting.
Oh,
Are you breathing? Are you breathing in or out when you do that? Are you inhaling or
that
exhaling?
was out. I wasn't thinking when I become animals. I don't think about what I'm doing. I'm just inhabiting. You know, like
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
like putting
Did
on a
they teach you
suit.
that at a drama school? Just inhabit the
Actually,
character.
we did an animal thing at drama school, and I was an otter.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
I can see that. Yeah,
Thanks. And a
cool.
big old moustache.
Yeah, yeah. Great.
Right. So round seven. It's a big old round. This one. This is all round six. Can we get the round set? There we go. Round seven. This is the expert round, the expert knowledge round. So this is going to be a little bit trickier. So if you found it
Yeah.
hard to date, then hold on to your
Good
hemlock.
luck.
Question one: which butterfly from the family which butterfly from the family Hesperidae has recently been reintroduced to England. Which butterfly from the family Hesperidae has recently been reintroduced to England? If my memory is correct, I think there's really only 2 successful butterfly reintroductions, formal ones that have taken place in the UK. And this is the one from the family Hesperidae. So there you go. What is it?
That may or may not help.
Well, it's the expert round. The expert to be going, oh, yes, he's quite right, you know, he is. Hesperidae. Funny that he stumbled over it the first time he said it.
Question 2. On which part of a bird would you find its rectrices?
We're not doing very well with our pronunciation in this round, are we?
No. But, you know, it's a school day for everyone.
Every day's a school day. Never stop
Every
learning.
day, every single day, never stop.
Question number 3. Hairy, pied, red-legged, and brassica are all species of which type of bug? That's the hairy, pied, red-legged, and brassica. They're all species of a kind of bug. What type of bug are they?
Good question. Oh, I love question 4. What is the largest bony fish found in UK waters? What is the largest bony fish found in UK waters? You will, if you've ever been lucky enough to see one, you shan't forget it. I'll just leave that there.
So do an impression. Maybe that'll help.
Are you okay?
That is sort of what they look like.
Do you need a break?
Yeah, can we stop? We've been doing this for 5 years, and when are the wildlife just going to be letting us outside? I just want to go on a big wild camp out. Question 5. Which mammal has the scientific name Martis martis? Which mammal has the scientific name Martis martis?
I feel like you should roll your R's with that one.
Martis martis.
Oh, God.
Which mammal? You asked me to do these things, and then you look all upset that I've done them. Like
No, I wasn't upset. I was just a bit rattled.
Just feeling a bit upset. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I'll have less fun.
No, I liked it. It was like it was just quite sort of growly.
These little things are kind of a bit growly, I guess.
That's true. That's true. Actually, listeners, viewers, participants, that was a clue. Major clue. That was all planned. We meant to do that.
Yep, 100%.
But the answers of round 7, expert round.
Yes. Okay. So question 1, which butterfly from the family Hesperidae has recently been reintroduced to England? This was a butterfly that went extinct in 1976. But butterfly conservation very secretly reintroduced it in 2018/2019, and it is the checkered skipper. What's particularly exciting about their reintroduction is they kept the location of the reintroduction completely secret so that it could get established, and it's doing really well. But I think in 2022 they announced that the trial site, the initial main trial site, was in Rockingham Forest. So if you want to go and see a checkered skipper, which went extinct in the 70s and is now back, then head up to Rockingham Forest. There you go. Butterflies are cool.
They really are. And so are birds. So
great segue there, Nature Noodle. That was brilliant work.
Thank you. Rectrices, or I'm really sorry if I'm butchering that, but this word is another word for the tail feathers, which I much prefer saying. So you'd find rectrices or rectrices on the tail of a bird, which basically act like a rudder to help steer the bird during flight.
Question 3, hairy, pied, red-legged, and brassica are all species of shield bugs. That's shield bugs. You know, the ones they look a bit like a shield. I will also accept stink bug. Some people know shield bugs as stink bugs because most species of shield bug leave behind stinky, smelly, mucousy-like material when they get a little bit scared to try and escape. So yeah, shield bug or stink bug. We've got quite a few of them in this country. They're kind of wonderful. Yeah, really cool. I've always loved the shield bug.
Good for you.
Thanks.
Very cool. The largest bony fish found in UK waters is one of my favourite animals because they're so weird and so massive It is the ocean sunfish. Now, David did it. There we are. Oh, here we go. There's one right now, swimming across our screens. Yeah. They have a
Fragile Kitty says
permanently
that
open mouth. Their mouth is always open. Yeah.
Fragile Kitty has written in to say that West Wales is a great place to see these.
Yep.
Yeah, East Wales is a particularly poor place to see most aquatic creatures, just so you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you go west.
Good tip. I saw one in Cornwall, which is exciting.
I've never actually seen one. I'd love to see one. So
they're huge, weird,
yeah.
wonderful.
Question 5. Which mammal has the scientific name Martis martis? It is the pine marten.
Oh.
Which is wonderful. Apparently Martis martis means Tuesday in Spanish. So this is a big shout out to anyone who speaks Spanish out there. Also, interestingly, this is one of my obscure facts about pine martens that I love, is that they used to be called by the Romans Galea, Galea, which is also what they called their helmets, because they used to wear the pelts of pine martens. The ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans wore pine marten pelts on their heads, on the helmets, and that's how they called their helmets after the pine marten, which is really cool.
That's
not cool for the pine marten that's been skinned to make someone's headgear. Not cool.
Not cool. I'll tell you what is cool though, is round 8 of the quiz that we're doing now. David and I are traveling around the world, if you can believe it. And the round is called Where Are We? Where are David and Sophie? So it's very simple. You just have to say where we are. So here's the first picture. Where in the world are we? And what are we doing? I am clearly captaining the hot air balloon. You are holding on for dear life because
I am ballast.
You counterweight.
That's what I am. That's what I'm here for. I am ballast. This is the final round, everybody. So yeah, if you're not enjoying yourselves already, then it's a bit late in the day for that. Question 2. Where are we now? Do you remember this trip?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah, it was
You're
it was a
from
more
that
uncomfortable.
country, aren't you?
I was born there. Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. The motherland. This is for me. I remember that was a particularly hot day. I regretted the denim jacket, I think.
Yeah. When riding on bison, it's best not to wear double denim.
Yeah. But you know, we learn. I learned that now. I wouldn't do that
Every
again.
day's a school day.
Mm-hmm. And we
Question
were so
3.
hot, we wanted to go somewhere a bit cooler. So where are we now? David, you are enormous.
I am huge. Absolutely huge. Yeah. I got in and the level of the water lifted by about half a meter.
Yeah. A lot. Oh no.
Just so you know, we've got one note. If anyone wrote Mola Mola for the ocean sunfish, we'll accept that.
We'll accept Mola Mola. Absolutely.
Yeah. Just means you're really clever if you wrote that down.
Good. Okay.
Next one.
Where have we gone now?
Where's next? Oh, I love that trip.
Yeah. I've lost those pink boots though, which is a shame. I really loved them.
I turned them into a bug hotel.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, drilling holes in my boots.
Yeah. Like sharing is caring.
Yeah, I enjoyed you were a phenomenal navigator on that trip.
Well, I was like, and you see, if you look up, that's the top.
Yeah. I couldn't have done it without you.
And here with the final question of the final round of probably the final time they ask us to host this quiz. Where are Sophie and I? We are up a mountain.
The denim jacket made a very useful appearance on that trip. I was glad of its layer. It was quite chilly at the top there.
Is it a mountain, that one? Or is it a bit erupty?
Up for debate. Oh, well, we were certainly up to it, up it. You were far behind me though. I'd got there well before you. I was just waiting. I was getting a bit chilly waiting for you though. Well, you were
About
just
five steps,
ambling up,
five steps behind.
ambling.
Just
Quite
enjoying
big
the
again
view.
though, weren't you? Quite big.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, someone's got to
like-
make them think that kaijus exist. So, I mean, that was kind of what I was doing. Right, the answers for round 8. The first one, where were we, Sophie?
We
Sorry,
went
Nature
to
Noodle.
Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Tanzania. Great time. Really, really good. Highly recommend. I would love to go there one day.
You've already been.
Um,
There's photographic evidence that you've been there.
I
Question
was there.
2. We went to Yellowstone National Park in the United States of America. It's the northwest of Wyoming, partly in southern Montana and in eastern Idaho. It goes over three states, that national park. American national parks are all incredible. If you don't know who John Muir is, go and read some of his incredible pieces of writing. He highly recommends riding on the back of giant megafauna. That was one of his favorite things. Scottish man who then made America great.
Speaking of which, we went to Scotland next, to Loch Lomond specifically, which is a beautiful part of the world. If you haven't been, it's
Site of a
gateway
recent
to the
beaver
Highlands.
reintroduction
Site of the
project.
recent beaver project, and in fact, you did a lovely little ditty for us.
Did.
For the listeners, you met the people behind the project and told us all about it. Very exciting.
Other beavers are available.
Other beavers are available.
But Loch Lomond's great. Really close to Glasgow. Anyone who's in Glasgow, hello everybody. Get out to Loch Lomond. It's so close. It's absolutely brilliant. Penultimate question. We went to Mount Everest on the crest of the Himalayas, Southern Asia, on the border between Nepal and Tibet.
Quite chilly and difficult to breathe at times.
Quite chilly.
But we
Although
managed.
you wouldn't know that from that picture.
No, well, we were just having a good time. We're
So
well equipped
happy.
with our colourful trainers.
Well, it's always good to wear colourful clothes when climbing up mountains, just in case you need mountain rescue to come and find you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And speaking of mountains, we went up another. We went up to Mount Fuji, which is in Japan and is actually a volcano.
There you go.
Good.
That's it. That's all. That's 40 total points available, I believe. If you could top that up, let us know in the chat. Tell us how you got on. We'll just link it here for a couple of minutes and we can get some final scores and let you know how you did. If you did get the White Tree of Gondor question right and you think you're going to get those 50 points, that was a joke. Not a very funny one. Admittedly, not a very funny one.
No.
So really the amount that you could get is 40.
40 in total. And but don't forget that you can still, because we are only in the middle of June, you can still sign up to take part in 30 Days Wild. Everyone is welcome to sign up. Doesn't matter how old you are, where you are, what you're doing. But the best thing is if you pledge one wild thing every single day throughout the rest of this month. There's still 15 days left, 14 days. But there will be a link coming up very shortly on your screens that you can click on if you'd like to find out more about this amazing campaign. It really is very fun and gets people together.
What are people saying? People are saying that Nick says that there are beavers available in Ealing in West London.
Ealing's
you can go with
great.
guided tours there. That's quite incredible. There are beavers behind the Asda and Frome. There's a hell of a lot of beavers everywhere these days. Henry says, great quiz. Thank you, David. And Nature Noodle. And indeed, everyone at the Wildlife Trust. Nature Noodle is going to stick. So the scores come in. Hoglets have got 17 points.
Oh, very good.
Anyone got more than 17? What have we got there?
Queenie and Dolly got 24. Very
24.
good.
Well done, Queenie and Dolly. How many did the dog get? How useful was that canine knowledge? That's the question.
Den also got 24 points.
24 seems to be the one to beat. 22, I think that is from the Ashton family. The Wiglets scored.
I
It's
love
like
the
having a ticker
Wiglets.
tape the way this comes in.
Yeah,
This
I
is
know.
amazing. I feel like we should be sort of reading off a sort of long. Oh, we got 27.5.
27.
What's the
I
half
knew.
point? I didn't give any half points.
Oh, yeah.
Wiglets.
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 Oh,
Ah, the
the
Keenans.
Keenans.
Go on,
30.
you go. 30.
Oh, they got
That's pretty
30.
good.
That's amazing. 10 only. You
Yeah.
only lost 10 points. That's amazing. Gosh, you're all a
Willow was on
bunch of
29.
nature
You did really
nerds.
well. Um, I think that's wonderful. Thank you very much, everybody. That's it for another year of the Big World Quiz. So thank you so much for taking part and joining us this afternoon. We've had an amazing time, as I think you can probably tell by how ridiculous we've been. Enjoy the rest of 30 Days Wild. Remember, we're only at the halfway point, and we hope to see you all the same time, same place in 2025. Anything else you want to add, Sophie? Are you happy to terminate the quiz?
I'm about to terminate the quiz, but thank you very much for joining us on your Sunday afternoon, and all the best for an incredibly wild rest of June. See you later.
Bye bye. Thanks for playing.